Hi there, Cancer, and welcome back to Star Lotus Tarot. I'm going to be doing your weekly read from the 10th of September through to the 16th. I went ahead, shuffled the cards, and laid them out. And without further ado, let's get to your reading, Cancer. First off, Major Arcana, the Fool in the upright position, followed then by the Nine of Swords in the upright position, and then we have the Four of Swords in the reverse position. And next we have the Page of Swords in the reverse position. And lastly, we have Major Arcana, the Moon in the reverse position. Okay, you have two Major Arcana here, so there is some strong energy around for Cancer this week. All right. Well, Major Arcana, the Fool, is your overall energy. And the Fool in the upright position generally speaks of the beginning of a journey, a brand new journey. Maybe some of you are starting off fresh with something totally new in your life. And if you are, good for you. Congratulations, Cancer. For others of you, maybe you need to take that brand new step. This card speaks of the leap of faith. Maybe for some of you, you are feeling this urge to take a leap of faith, and like I said, some of you may have already done so. Either way, I think the Fool energy is really good. This is sort of feeling like we're full of confidence and we're moving forward. This energy generally comes up when we've sort of closed out a section of our lives and we're moving forward with something completely different. We've already completed a cycle and now we're moving on to something brand new, and this can be an exciting phase. So for some of you, remember, it's just a general read. It's not going to resonate with all of you, but for those of you it does resonate for, congratulations. This is some really good and exciting energy, Cancer. Moving on, coming into the week, you have the energies of the Nine of Swords in the upright position. This generally speaks of anxiety and worries and thoughts. It's swords, so it can relate to communication, and it can also relate to our thoughts. Generally, the Nine of Swords is maybe for some of you, because for some of you who've already taken the leap of faith, jumped into something brand new, maybe you're having some reservations or some worrying thoughts about the situation. It's like, what did I get myself into? And you're sort of staying awake at night, wondering what did I do here? For others of you, it could just be representing anxiety over a situation that is going on in your life, in a particular area of your life. Maybe there's just something happening, a temporary situation that's kind of keeping you up at night, worrying about it or thinking about it. For others of you, it could be communication, on the communication realm, where there's just a lot of communication coming in, and this communication is worrying you. Maybe there's a bunch of information that's being thrown at you and you're becoming really concerned about it. It's like, oh, wow, wait a minute, I didn't think that was going to be a part of this scenario. So it's just generally a card of representing worrying and anxiety. So for some of you, maybe you come into the week with that energy. But the card that it's paired with, your next card, is the Four of Swords in the reverse position. The Four of Swords upright, this is when we need to take a rest. We're sort of retreating and going into solitude for some reason or another. Sometimes it's due to illness, sometimes it's just due to exhaustion, things like that. However, the card is inverted when it's in the reverse position. This can sometimes represent us coming out of those energies, coming out of feeling like we need a rest. Maybe some of you have already taken your rest and you're ready to spring back into action, which is good with the, Fool energy being around, springing back into action and coming out of that. For some of you, maybe you have had to rest after, say, an illness or a cold, or just maybe overdoing things or exhaustion. Maybe you have completed this rest and now you're ready to come back and rejoin the land of living again. So that's definitely good. It's almost like a return of energy. So for some of you Cancers, your energy is returning. That's good news. Now, moving on towards the weekend of the 15th, 16th, you have the energy of the Page of Swords in the reverse position. It is a court card, so it could be speaking of a person. If it is speaking of a person, it could be representing someone of the air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male or female, because the cards are not gender specific, and it could be sun, moon, or rising, right? However, this it's a page, so it's kind of immature energy. This could be definitely representing a younger person, or it could be somebody acting kind of immaturely. Now, the Page of Swords, when he's in the upright position, this generally speaks of someone, it's swords, so he's coming through with information or a lot of thoughts, so forth. And he's rushing in because he's very excited, and he just wants to speak his truth and so forth. And sometimes he can be a little bit overzealous and not really understand the information that he is spreading, especially when he's inverted, when this card is inverted, when he's in the reverse position. The Page of Swords has a lot of information, but the majority of it is incorrect. So you guys might want to check or double check your information. If you're getting your information from this person, I would check it and double check it, because of the fact that the Page of Swords, like I said, this is immature energy, and this could be a person of any age, just maybe acting immaturely, or somebody who doesn't know how to effectively communicate, sort of communicates childlike. But this person, when they're reversed, you gotta watch it, because this could be representing, sometimes this card in reverse, he can represent somebody who's like a bit of a spy, a stalker, someone who looks for information, gains for information to use against people. He can be dishonest when he's in the reverse position, not telling the whole story or only telling part of the truth. He can also be spreading gossip that is not really, has no validation to it. So again, Cancers, if you're dealing with anybody like this, I would really make sure that you go to another source to find out if this information is indeed correct. Now, this person could be showing up in your work, family, home, friends, like anywhere. So just watch out for that energy, because it could be around for the 15th, 16th. Now, towards the end of the weekend, you have the energies of the moon in the reverse position, your other major arcana card here. The moon, when it's in the upright position, this is a card of lacking clarity, looking for answers, looking for some kind of truth in a situation. It's interesting that it's right beside the the Page of Swords. Anyway, this card can represent confusion and just basically lacking clarity. When it's in the reverse position, however, which is good, because especially with it being paired with the Ace of Swords reversed, when it's in the reverse position, this is sort of coming out of that cloud of illusion and confusion. It's gaining your clarity, figuring something out. It can also speak of intuition, and because Cancers, being water signs, tend to be rather intuitive, this is really good news, because if you have this Page of Swords around you with misinformation, maybe some of you are tapping into your intuition and you just instinctively know what is real in the situation and what is not. This is really good news, Cancers, that it looks like something is going to either dawn on you, or it's just going to be your information that that you gain from your own intuition, that kind of thing. Or it could even be information that comes from elsewhere that helps you to come out of the confusion and gives you clarity. So there's somebody causing confusion and lack of clarity, and then you end off with gaining your clarity. So good for you guys. It's a little bit of a wonky energy here for you guys. You got a lot of swords. you come into the week with the anxiety about something, and then you're coming out of a time of rest and feeling more energized, and you have the overall energy of the Fool wanting to jump into something new, and or being involved already in something new, and you're quite excited about it. But then towards the weekend, there's a little bit of confusion that comes your way due to some information that you might get from somebody. But then good news is all's well that ends well, because you either listen to your intuition or you get further information that clarifies the situation that was confusing in the beginning. A little bit of a confusing reading here, Cancer, but it's overall it's not a bad reading at all. It's really, really good. I hope this reading helped you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and until next time, you guys take care. Bye for now.